Chicago.
Hello and welcome. Today, this is day number 5 of Straight Traders presents Daily Saudagran Premier League Season 7. Rajby taking on Daily Boys today in match number 5, and Rajby are batting first. Munib Javeid, their prolific run scorer, is opening the innings alongside their skipper Mudassir Nafiz, who is standing at the non-strikers end. Usman Arshad, the left-arm orthodox, has taken the new ball. We just witnessed a boundary being hit on the offside. Fine player, Munib Javeid. Strong right-hander, likes to play at the top of the order and has a knack of playing a longer innings. Not long ago, he was able to score a century in one of the tournaments held at this particular venue, whereas he has been very busy. Talking about him playing in the other tournament, this will run away for 4 as well. Usman Arshad is not a big turner of the ball, but he just rushes through his overs. Talking about him playing in the other tournament, this will run away for 4 as well. Munib Javeid to just open up his shoulders, and he got that one past mid-on comfortably. It's the second match for Rajby in this tournament, remember. They got off to a losing start against Team Medicam, where they couldn't really score big in the first inning. But today it's another opportunity for them to put up a big score. They are up against a side who are playing their first match, Daily Boys. Off the back foot, but there is protection out there at long off. He'll just get a run. We saw a lot of shuffling going on during the drafting ceremony, where so many other players who were a part of these respective teams were picked up by the other teams. But Munib Javeid has been a constant for the men in red. Remember, Rajby were the finalists last time around, as they were able to qualify alongside Team Medicam. Just couldn't really defend the total that they got. But it's a new tournament, new season, and they'll be hoping that they can replicate that performance and will go one step further. First over done and dusted. Meanwhile, from Usman Arshad, Rajby are 9 for no loss. So that's the playing 11 of both the teams. Delhi boys consist of their skipper Iftikhar Ahmed, Abdullah Jamal, Haider Iftikhar, Noman Taslim, Uwaid Iqbal, Talha Shamsi the wicketkeeper, Abdullah Suhail, Saqib Yahya, Hasibuddin Chawla, Haris Batla and Isa bin Musa the leg spinner. Whereas the side who is batting first, Rajby, consists of their skipper Mudassir Nafiz, who is opening the innings alongside Hamza Ismail, Dani Al Tariq, Shayan Arfin, Sheikh Anas, Sohail Fazal, Waqas Zafar the wicketkeeper, Mohib Suleiman, Hasham, Haris Shahid and Munib Javeid the opening batter. So on paper, both these sides look very strong. It's a seasoned Delhi boys team. Powerfully struck, gets it in the gap. Beautiful timing once again from Munib Javeid. A gentle loosener this from the fast bowler. Short and outside the off stump. Asking for punishment, and Munib Javeid doesn't really miss out on those. Well, they do have the services of Abdullah Jamal as well, who is currently standing at point, but obviously they will be looking to use him towards the end of the innings, as he's a very good death bowler. Much straighter. This is a much better line against someone like Munib Javeid. He's got all the shots in the books. You can't really find out a particular weakness against this strong right-hander. Habib Shahid, meanwhile, is sharing the new ball alongside Usman Arshad. He's very strong off the back foot. He loves to drive as well. Munib Javeid. Have a look at the number of fielders now on the offside. They've got short third man point, backward point cover, extra cover. Nicely driven. Usman Arshad has got some job to do. I don't think he's going to be able to stop that one. Another boundary this from Munib Javeid. Poor bowling this so far from Habib Shahid. First one was too short, too wide. This time it was a full toss, and Munib made sure that he just slightly opened his face of the bat so that he could get it past that fielder at long off, who had to run to his left. Really good beginnings this from Munib Javeid. As you can see, a big smile on his face. 4 boundaries already for the big right-hander. Shot again, put away. Gets it through that small gap between cover and extra cover as he gets another boundary, does Munib Javeid. Now, such is the quality of the batter. If you can just look at the field placement, have a look at how close these two fielders were on the offside. They just have taken one fielder on the leg side at mid-wicket. So the line of attack is fine. He's trying to bowl outside the off stump, but such is the class of the man on display. Even if there is a smallest of gap, he is going to be able to find that, and he has done it so far thrice in this over. Slightly slower. Will still get a quick single towards extra cover. Remember, Munib Javeid was the leading run getter for Rajby last time around. That's because some of the memorable innings that he played in the last season. You can expect him to do that all over again, because he's clearly the backbone of Team Rajby's batting lineup. I mean, they've got enough reserves in the batting order as well, but at the top of the order, they want someone like him to make use of the power play and play the longer innings. Just guiding it towards backward point. It's going to be a dot delivery, but an expensive start is from Habib Shahid. 2 overs done. It's 22 for no loss. The straightaway change in the bowling attack. Usman Arshad being removed. Ubaid Iqbal replaces him. But even he cannot stop that flow of boundaries. And have a look at that ball almost touching the feet of one of the club members. Just strolling along the boundary ropes. And his offside play has been magnificent to say the least so far from Munib Javeid. Not many options left for the bowlers. I mean, you can have as many fielders on the offside, and even then Munib Javeid has been able to find those gaps. Just got to make him look to do something different. Maybe try and bowl straighter, try and bowl towards his pad. So even if he's going to attempt a pull or a sweep, you never know if he gets a leading edge and he might get hold out towards short third man. Usman Arshad, the man who bowled the first over, now standing at short third man. Farhan Taslim just had a word with Ubaid Iqbal. Started off brilliantly so far, Munib Javeid, making full use of this first batting power play, which consists of the first 4 overs of the innings. Too short and wide. He is... Oh, goodness me. Well, that shot deserved a boundary, but that went straight towards Abdullah Jamal, I guess, at point. And the ball just going between his legs. Couldn't really get down to the ball as early as possible. That's how hard Munib Javeid struck that one. Yep, very late onto that one. Got to try and do something different. Maybe try and introduce someone like Abdullah Jamal early on and try to bowl some bouncers against him. Make him look to play that pull or a hook. Because they haven't really tested him so far. Slightly short, and this is what we were saying as well. Just make him to do something different. Munib Javeid, the length wasn't that short, but he stayed on the back foot. And even if he would have not struck it completely, he still would have got some runs because there is just one fielder at short mid wicket and no one else on the leg side. No square leg, no fine leg. They're flirting with risks right now, Delhi boys. Thrashed. Absolutely nailed this one. It was Farhan Taslim at extra cover. He did not go down. He was just looking to place his left foot, hoping that he might be able to stop it. But such was the force at which that shot was played by Munib Javeid that it just went past him like a bullet. It's just a third over of the innings and we have seen plenty of boundaries being hit. A couple of them came in the first over, 3 in the previous one and 3 already in this one. He's going to be disappointed that he missed out. Munib Javeid, with the form he is in, with the way he has been able to find those gaps, this should have been middled and should have got a few more runs on it. But he can afford to relax a bit right now, Munib Javeid, because all the runs that Rajby have scored up till now have come from his bat. His captain at the other end has been a mere spectator. It's going to be a wide. He has been a silent partner in this partnership, the captain Mudassir Nafees, and he doesn't really need to do anything different. I mean, just stay at the non-strikers end. He's got the best seat in the house, watching Munib Javeid finding those gaps at will on the offside. Now they have placed a fielder at deep extra cover. Mid-off comes up, long on, still back. Off the back foot, nicely fielded by the fielder at mid-off. He'll still get that single he was after. So he's going to retain the strike as well. Scoring at 12 and over up till now. Rajby, 3 done is 36 for none. So change of ends for Usman Arshad. Bowled his first over from the paddle courts end, you can name it, since they have installed 2 paddle courts at DHS Sports Club Moin Khan Academy. But now he's coming in from the creek stand, replacing Habib Shahid, who was very expensive in his first over. Still, it's that man on your screen, Munib Javeid, at the crease. He hasn't really allowed the skipper to stay on strike at all, it seems. Oh, well, he was looking for that big booming drive. Luckily for the bowler, just got an inside edge and the ball hitting the bat. In fact, his boots. Tala Shamsi, the man behind the stumps. He's been a very good addition to this Delhi Saudagran community as far as the wicket-keeper batters are concerned. Earlier it was just about Hasibuddin Chawla or Abdul Basit Zaki, who are very talented behind the stumps, very agile as well as very decent with the bat at top of the order. But he's someone who can bat in the middle order as well as lower down the order, and he's very sharp behind the stumps. Goes for the big shot. Now that has gone high and that has gone long as well. Luckily the ball hitting the nets and not going outside the stadium. Otherwise, the way he hit that, the way he middled that one, Munib Javeid, it clearly seemed that umpires would have to ask for a newer ball. Up till now he was just dealing in boundaries, but that was the first maximum now of the innings. It's the same pitch that was used in the previous match that was played between Safe Pharma and Surati Perfume, so you can expect a lot of runs again here today. Another beautiful piece of timing. A bit of bad bounce as well, you could say, for someone like Abdullah Jamal, who got into that position where he could have stopped it, but the ball just jumping over his head. And this is what he's signaling to Farhan Taslim. In fact, Iftikhar Ahmed. Yep, clearly bouncing over his head. No chance for him or for any of the fielders to stop that one. Yep, that particular replay clearly suggested that the ball just hitting one of the pitches on the square and bouncing a little more than he wanted it to. He's entered into the 40s already, Munib Javeid. Powerfully struck, but couldn't get it past mid-on this time. He can afford to relax. Rajby has got the start they were after, going at more than 11 and over. Pitched up, slice that one, and it's going to go be a flat hit. Wow. That was a little risky for the little boy who was running. But 50 comes up for Munib Javeid. That's a beautiful piece of timing. On the offside, clearing the boundary with ease. Getting another 6. Couple of 6s in that over. 50 comes up for Munib Javeid. What an special knock this has been from the right-handed opener. In the blink of an eye, he has just gone past his personal milestone. What an eventful batting power play that was. 4 overs done. It's 52 for none.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours,
52 for no loss, Team Rajby. So far, they have been going flawless in this innings. Everything has come from the bat of Munib Javeid, and just one run that came off the extra That was a wide outside the off stump. So Mudassir Nafees hasn't really done anything so far. But right now he's on strike. He's got a chance to get off the mark. Just give himself rooms and does the right thing by guiding it towards short third. Well, the batting power play is done. In fact, I just get the feeling that Munib Javeid has decided to go for the other power play too. Since you just see two fielders outside, they've got a fielder at deep extra cover because Munib has got so many boundaries deep on the offside and a fielder at long on. So they haven't really left it for too late. In DSPL, the first 4 overs out of the power play, and the next 2 you can take before the 15th over. We saw both the sides who were playing their previous match yesterday did that, but I think Munib Javeid, since he's the man in forms, he's the one who can do more damage, and now he's at the strike, so along with his captain, so I'm pretty sure they must have had a discussion between overs and they have gone for the other power play as well. So things are not going to be easy for Delhi boys. They need to make sure that they get some wickets somehow. It's not going to be easy if Munib Javeid continues to belt the bowlers and hit them over the infield's head. Seems like he's a man on a mission. Well, you've seen some quality innings in this tournament so far. Wonderful century from Umar Loya. Brilliant unbeaten 85 from Khurram Shahid. Saifullah Naseem and Umar Taslim got half centuries yesterday against Surati Perfumes. And now Munib Javeid is eyeing a big score for himself. 55 out of 57 runs have come off this bat. It's not often you see that happening. You usually do see some support being provided by the batter at the non-strikers end, but can't really blame the captain with this in a feast either, because he hasn't really had any strike whatsoever. 26 legal deliveries have been bowled up till now, out of which just 3 deliveries have been faced by the skipper. Just getting inside half of the bat, but will still get a single towards long on. He was once again looking to go over extra cover, Munib Javeid, but the ball might have gripped, might have turned. As a result of which, he was still able to get that single. But these 2 overs can go either way. We can still get to see some boundaries from Munib Javeid, or when he look to take those risks, he might commit a blunder, make a mistake, and in the process, Delhi boys might take a wicket, as they are absolutely after that one. Because only the wickets right now at this stage for Delhi boys can slow down the run rate. Otherwise, Munib Javeid, with the form that he is in, he's going to continue playing those big shots without facing any difficulty whatsoever. Now, once again, it's a very risky field setting that they have opted for. Just one fielder at short mid wicket, no one at square leg, no one at fine leg, no one deep on the onside. So the sweep shot is always an option. Instead, he cuts it. Partially stopped by Abdullah Jamal. I'm pretty sure he will look to come back for the second run as well. And yep, they're going to do it. Has been a very entertaining first 5 overs for Team Rajby. Definitely came out with a plan after winning the toss and choosing to bat first. Hits it powerfully, just gets it past extra cover. It wasn't completely stopped by the fielder, but he'll still get that single he was after. Let's hope the fielder hasn't really done a bit of damage. It's the captain of Iftihar Ahmed. And Haris Bartla is just rubbing his shin to make sure everything is okay. And he's standing on his feet. That's a good sign. I'm pretty sure he'll be hoping to continue. So 5 overs done and dusted. Rajby are 62 for no loss.
Airline ticketing and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since 1992.
So it's 62 for no loss. 1 over still remains in the power play, and they have gone for their plan B. Abdullah Jamal has been given the ball, as all the other bowlers before him were proving to be very expensive. Remember, it's the last over of the batting power play for Rajby. Very good depth bowler. We haven't really seen bowlers trying to bowl that full and within the line of the stumps up till now, but he's the one who can do that. He's very accurate with his Yorkers, and I think he's going to be looking to bowl full as well, because he has taken those fielders out the long on and long off, but he keeps on bowling it short, and Munib Javeid has once again placed that one behind square for a boundary. Not sure what he was trying to do there, Abdullah Jamal. When you've got long on and long off back, you got to bowl straight and you got to bowl full. But he still kept on bowling wide outside the off stump, and Munib Javeid, well, he began his innings in that similar fashion. He's going to continue hitting those shots on the offside if you're going to provide him with that room. Oh, lovely. Good delivery. A bit of extra bounce and a bit of pace. That ball was angling into the right-hander. Munib Javeid wasn't really expecting the ball to bounce that much. But it's probably the first time that we saw Munib Javeid getting beaten by a bowler in this innings. Up till now, he hasn't looked in any sort of difficulty whatsoever. Plenty of boundaries, couple of sixes so far. Powerfully driven. My goodness, what an exhibition this is turning out to be from Munib Javeid. Hasn't really missed a single delivery that has been outside the off stump, full or shorter in length. And have a look at how quickly that ball travelled to the boundary. It was slightly up pitch, but he made sure that it was in the gap. And even if it would have gone straight to that fielder, I'm pretty sure that would not have been taken, because it's never easy to take these catches, especially when the ball has been hit that powerfully. Shot, pulls that one, gets it wider of the long on fielder. Usman Arshad giving the chase, and he does a good job in the end. Probably the first time we have seen Munib Javeid pulling or playing anything on the leg side, because up till now everything has been either straight or on the offside. But you got to appreciate that effort from Usman Arshad. Made sure that he just kicks the ball back in the playing field and is saving 2 valuable runs for the team. Tickles that one fine. Sloppy effort. Really sloppy effort this from Ubaid Iqbal. Should have come up with a better effort on that one, because it was going straight to him. Should have stopped it. But once again, couple of runs added to the total. So not just the first 4 overs, but the next power play also belonging to Team Rajby. And he's another option. Isa bin Musa can bowl some leg spinners. Now that's the length and line that the fast bowler should have targeted a lot earlier. Just try to bowl full and try to bowl at the stumps. They haven't done it, and as a result of which, they have paid the price up till now. Scoring at more than 12 and over, Rajby. Both the power plays are done. They are 75 for no loss after 6 overs.
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी, सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी।
Away with that. But as a leg spinner, you always have a chance of picking up a wicket against the right-handed batter, because if you can turn the ball away from him, which I'm pretty sure Isabin Musa can do, he just needs to make sure that he lands the ball in that perfect region, just a little outside the off stump. Shot, hits it flat and gets it in the gap. That was a powerful blow, this from Munib Javeid. And he gave that some strength. Have a look at how powerfully he hit that, and it was not far away from the boundary line either. Could have easily travelled all the way for 6, but he chose the longest region of the ground. And the fielder there at deep hit wicket wasn't far away from that either. And I'm pretty sure the way he's batting, and if he can continue at this fashion, he can reach his 100 even before the 10 overs get completed. This will be some sort of a record in a T20 game, an opener reaching his 100 before the 10 overs. Goes for the big hit, sliced it in the end. Not entirely out of the middle, but a long distance to be covered by the fielder at long off, and that allowed Munib to come back for another couple. Well, the way he's striking every delivery and the amount of strike that he has retained, Mudassir Nafees, the skipper, can easily take his pad and gloves off and consider the non-strikers end, because he doesn't really need to do anything. Oh, he has still somehow managed to get his finer of the fielder at short third. The outfield is lightning quick, and have a look at that. Who would have thought that a miss hit would travel all the way for 4? It was a good delivery, the ball just turning, closing the face of the batter a little too early. There was a race going on between the fielder and that ball, but it was the ball that won that race in the end. 10 runs coming in that over from Isa bin Musa. Munib Javeid and Rajby continue to run along with that show. They are 85 for no loss after 7. Making a very strong statement, Munib Javeid and Rajby in this 5th match of DSPL Season 7. Batting first, they are 85 for no loss after just 7 overs. The captain is now on strike. Abdullah Jamal is into his 2nd over. His first one was a little expensive where he gave away 13, but that was during the power play. In fact, it was the last over of the power play, so might not see a lot of boundaries being hit against him especially, because he can bowl at pace, he can bowl at tight lines and length. Right now, he will look to make sure that Mudassir Nafees stays on strike. Just a little wide outside the off stump. Munib was expecting, in fact, captain was expecting the umpire to call it a wide, but wasn't the case. Probably for the very first time in this innings, we have seen 2 consecutive dot deliveries being bowled by one of the bowlers of Daily Boys. Much straighter. Munib Javeid must be itching. The flow of runs is to make sure that they keep the captain Mudassir Nafees on strike, who hasn't really had much of the deliveries to face, has just scored 2, hasn't really hit a boundary up till now. Munib Javeid was just having a word with his captain, must be asking him to just make sure that you push the ball on either side of the wicket and just run for that single. Gets a thick outside edge, it's going to go fine, and it's going to run away for 4. Well, he wanted a single from his captain, but instead Mudassir gets a boundary past that fielder at third man. Slashed hard at it. Wasn't convincing because it didn't come out of the middle, but it was far away from the fielder at third man. So many boundaries and maximums have been hit up till now, but it was the first that came from the bat of the skipper. Good delivery, good comeback. The length is perfect, but the line needs to be a little straighter because you could see Mudassir Nafi just giving himself a bit of room to place it on the offside, and in the process he can shatter the stumps if he bowled straight enough. Lovely. This has been a brilliant over from Abdullah Jamal. Apart from that boundary, which didn't come from the middle of the bat, everything has been going towards the wicket keeper. Probably the most economical over of the innings so far, where just 4 runs came off it. 8 overs done, it's 89 for no loss.
हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना.
Musa. Munib Javeid just having a look at that leg side field setting. One at square leg, one at deep mid wicket, but a lot of gap between them. Goes for the big hit. Now it's up in the air. It's the slightest of opportunity for the long on fielder, and they put this one down. It was a horrible collision between those two fielders on the leg side. One at long on, one at mid wicket. There was no calling whatsoever. It took them 8 overs to create one wicket taking opportunity, and that was spilled. Well, they can argue about that, but it's too late now. Definitely was the long on's catch, and he got himself underneath that. Mid-wicket should have stayed back. Quicker one. He gets it in the gap, Munib Javeid. It's going to be another boundary. It's just as a salt to the wounds for Isa bin Musa. The only bowler who could create that wicket-taking opportunity. Now that went miles up in the air. And have a look at how comfortably long on was underneath that. But it's the mid-wicket fielder who almost collided with him. And as a result of which, not only that catch was put down, but we saw a boundary coming of the very next ball. So it's still possible. Munib Javeid can still go past his 100 before the 10 overs of this innings. Hits it powerfully, gets it over extra cover now. It's hit beautifully. Well, this man is unstoppable, Munib Javeid. Leg spinner, fast bowlers, left arm spinners, nothing working for Delhi boys right now. Who would have thought that Rajby, who could only score 120 in their first match against Medicam, will come out all guns blazing here tonight. Hits it really hard, but he's disappointed that he didn't get anything more than a single towards long on. But he's into the 90s now, Munib Javeid. A man who is known for playing longer innings in this T20 format. And he's inching closer to that personal milestone. 100 comes up for Rajby in the process in just 8.5 overs. Nicely defended. Really nicely done this by the skipper. He's batting very sensibly out there. He hasn't really done a lot, but his stay is crucial for Rajby. It's 100 for no loss after 9 overs.
हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं।
He's got his helmet on once again, Munib Javeid, since it's Abdullah Jamal who is just about to begin his third over. Now remember, both the power plays are done and dusted, but even after the first 6 overs, they have been able to score runs freely. There was an opportunity created in that previous over, but the catch was put down by long on, or you could say by mid-wicket. But he's batting on 93 now, just 7 runs away of what would be a wonderful century. Driven. It was nicely squeezed, but it went quickly to that fielder at point. I think it was Saqib Yahya out there, and the ball just hitting his boot, and even he had no idea where the ball went. But that was once again nicely struck. He kept on bowling those length and line outside the off stump against Mudassir Nafees. It was working for him, but don't think it's going to work against Munib. Delhi boys must be eyeing a big score here today. We saw 207 that was scored yesterday by Saif Farmer, and they won that game comfortably by 27 against Surati Perfumes. It's the same pitch, the pitch that has usually lots of runs here at DHA Sports Club Moin Khan Academy, and you can expect another high scoring contest between these two teams. Now the extra cover is coming up. So is the fielder at mid-on. In fact, they have asked the long-on fielder to come and stand at mid-on as well. I think they are planning something against Mudassir Nafees. They don't want him to take a single and get off strike. Beautifully done. Although he gave himself room, but he just pushed that one slightly towards the offside and straight away ran for that single, because they now want Munib Javeid to stay on strike for as much as possible. He's on 94, just one big hit away from what would be a wonderful century. Now can he do that in the next 3 balls? Nicely timed, gets it in the gap. Is this going to be a boundary? No. Nicely stopped by Habib Shahid at extra cover. He's just playing not with the minds of the bowler, but with the fielders as well, Munib. He knows where the fielders are positioned, and he has been able to find that gap on almost every delivery up till now. He knew the extra cover was slightly squarer, so he played it much in front of square to earn himself another couple. Slightly slower, gets it in the gap, does Munib Javeid. No one will be able to cut that one off. That's a big 100 from the big man. 100 of just 47 deliveries inside 10 overs. This is a remarkable knock. Who would have thought the opener coming out to open the innings would be able to score a century even before the first 10 overs are going to get delivered? Now that was a drive that he played a couple of deliveries back, and on the very next delivery that was outside the off stump, he just placed it and made sure that he gets a 100 with a boundary. Quality innings. Unbelievable, to say the least. Well, he's running the first one hard. He wants to come back for the second, and he will get there easily. He still looks pretty fresh. The hunger is still there to score a lot more runs tonight for Rajby. 9 runs coming in that over. If 10 overs finally done and dusted, it's 110 for no loss.
इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
In replacing Isa bin Musa. Might be the first wicket. It is. Abdullah Jamal takes a good running catch towards his back at short third. And finally the opening partnership comes to an end for Rajby. Mudassir Nafees, who has just been out there for 12 deliveries, well, he was just looking to play it on the offside. Once again gave himself a bit of room but just couldn't middle it. Sliced it towards Abdullah Jamal. And finally Delhi boys have been able to get their first wicket of the night. Mudassir Nafees might not have done much damage with the bat, but he was very clinical in that partnership alongside Munib Javeid. His stay was crucial. That just helped Munib Javeid to keep on hitting those runs at will, and he did. The big man is still out there. Rajby have just lost their first wicket. They are 110 for 1.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
His very first ball, just Saqib, and now that brings Shayan Arfeen at number 3. Nicely driven and put down once again. Could have been 2 and 2 for Saqib, but not to be. It was pitched up. He was looking to drive that one. Couldn't keep it down. That got to him at a very decent height. I think it was Haris Batla out there at point. Put down a dolly. Oh, we have already seen a couple of catches being put down. Munib Javeid was the first man who was dropped, and he made them pay for it by scoring a century. He's still out there, and Shayan, well, even he can do some damage with the bat because he's also one of the prolific run scorers for Rajby. One of their top run getters last time around. That's why he was retained by the men in red. But that should have been taken. Wasn't one of those flat hits or one of those that were coming from the sky. It was hit nicely and got to him at a very decent height as well. But it's going to be interesting now how Munib Javeid operates. Obviously, there is no pressure on his head because he has almost done his job. But he'll keep on hitting those boundaries. especially if the fielders are going to support him with those misfields and blunders. He's not going to get a 4, but he'll still get a couple. Now you could see the frustration building on the face of their skipper Iftikhar Ahmed, because this is a lackluster fielding performance from Delhi boys, to say the least. Usually in your first match, your fielders and bowlers are charged up and they look to put up a decent performance with the ball, but it hasn't really been the case with the men in grey. Oh, it's going to be a wide. Did the right thing by not offering any stroke whatsoever, Munib Javeid. Now he's got to his century. He still has got 9 overs remaining after this one. He can eye a big score for himself. Obviously, he'll be looking to set some sort of a record in DSPL, probably to get the highest individual score in DSPL's history. Hits it flat and hard, but won't carry to the long on fielder. Now Shayan usually takes his time early on, and he can afford to do that as well right now, because they are still scoring at almost 11 and over, just 1 wicket down. Munib Javeid is at one end, so his job will be to make sure that he gets those singles and get Munib Javeid on strike as much as possible. A decent over comes to an end for Delhi boys, considering that they got their first wicket in it. 11 overs done and dusted. It's 116 for 1.
Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of
Time for another change in the bowling attack. Uwaid Iqbal has been introduced again, this time from the other end. Munib Javeid, meanwhile, has asked for a fresh pair of gloves. Now, this is the third pair of gloves that he's trying on tonight. Came in with a pair, then he asked for a different one during the 5th or the 6th over, and he is asking for the third one now. And he specifically asked for that blue one. Not sure whether it brings him some sort of a luck, or it is more comfortable than the others. But he looks in fine touch, and he still looks very fresh. No signs of getting tired or getting exhausted. Well, the weather has allowed him to stay fresh as well. Hardly a sweat on his forehead. Both long on and long off back, along with 2 fielders on the leg side. He's now eyeing the offside, maybe. Hits it nicely, but equally well stopped by Abdullah Jamal. He took all the pace off from that stroke. Otherwise, if he hadn't done it, it would have been another 4 for Munib Javeid. Well, the position they are in right now, the initial target will be to definitely go past 200. Because when you do that as a side fielding second, you get more comfort and you have more luxury. You've got more runs to play with. And for that, he's going to have to make sure that they keep on scoring at 9 or 10 runs and over. Still looks a very good batting track, this, at Moin Khan Academy. Sometimes you get to see some low-scoring games, but last couple of nights have been full of runs. 207 that was scored by Saif Farmer. 180 is what Surati Perfumes were able to get. And now Rajby already 119 for 1 into the 12th over. And we can expect some fight back from Delhi boys as well, because they've got a very strong batting lineup too. Two straight given as a wide. Hits it hard and straight and flat and all the way. It's becoming a part of routine now for Munib Javeid to just hit boundaries and sixes at will. Bowled it slower through the air, Javeid Iqbal. There might have been a bit of turn for him as well, but he's in such good form right now, and he has been out there for 52 deliveries that he's going to see it like a football. Dangerous signs for the dugout of Delhi boys. Well, his offside play has been scintillating, to say the least. Not on many occasions. Whenever he has tried to play that cut shot, the ball has gone straight to the field. Has been able to find those gaps at will. Just slowed down a bit, you could say, after reaching his century, but he can afford to do that. In fact, just when we were mentioning that he might have slowed down, in fact, he has decided to shift gears, and now he's looking to hit those sixes. Couple of them have come in this over already. First one over long off, this time towards long on, but way over his head. Just chewing his nails now, Javeid Iqbal, because he has no idea what to do next. 12 overs done, it's 132 for 1.
Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since 1992.
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार जब घर आया है घर का स्टार चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी
Fortunate enough to see a couple of big hits in the previous over from Munib Javeid that took him to 118. Saqib now into his second over. Should have got that wicket of Shayan Arfin first up when the catch was put down by Point. But what is he going to do right now, Munib Javeid? There's still almost 8 overs remaining in this innings. If he can stay there till the end, you never know, he can even get 170, 180 tonight. Oh, now it's going to be really interesting to see whether it will be a wide or a no ball, because that was way outside the off stump, and that's what Munib Javeid is suggesting, that the ball might have landed on the pitch right next to it. It was given as a wide though. Hits it hard and just over mid-wicket. Once again, it was Habib Shahid who was in that danger zone. Remember, he was the one who collided with that fielder earlier on at long on. Munib Javeid must have had his heart in his mouth for a fraction of a second. But the ball just kept going over the head and ended over the boundary ropes. So last 3 big hits, last 3 scoring shots have been all big hits from Munib Javeid. Another wide. Saqib Yahya, well, he's trying to bowl outside the off so that Munib doesn't really attempt another slog sweep towards the leg side, but this time he just kept it too wide. Iftikhar Ahmed, the captain in the background. Well, it's a full toss. It's a powerful hit. Another big hit. Even bigger than the previous one, and that has hit the poles of the floodlights over mid-wicket. Let's hope it wasn't given as a no ball, because the ball might have been dipping in, but have a look at how powerfully he struck that one. The umpires would love to check the shape of the ball again. I don't think. In fact, they haven't really seen that. 4 sixes in the last 8 deliveries for Munib Javeid. It's going to be another wide. From now, it's getting from bad to worse for Delhi boys. There's hardly any movement from the fielder. They're just standing still to where they are positioned. It's going to be another one. 4th of the over from Saqib. And he doesn't really need to do anything on those deliveries. Just let that go to the keeper as he has done up till now, because you get an extra delivery as well as an extra run. Oh, well, he was looking for another big shot this time, but just easily placing it towards mid-wicket. Saqib had to do the chasing himself in his follow-through. 150 comes up for Rajby. Now, even if they go at a runner ball from here on, they will still get past 200, so not sure what they're going to end up with if they can continue to bat in a similar fashion. Nicely played by Shayan Arfin. He's going to continue to look to do that, especially when he knows that you've got Munib Javeid at the other end, who is just dealing in boundaries and maximums up till now. In fact, they might look to come back for another one. Sloppy effort from the bowler. Couldn't really gather that throw, and that allowed Munib Javeid to just spot an opportunity of coming back for the second run. Goes for the sweep shot. Gets it just to the right of the fielder at short fine. And will get that single he was after. So he's going to retain the strike, Shayan Arfin. 13 overs done. It's 153 for 1.
सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी हर चीज को खूब परखना हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं
into his third over now. Usman Rashid Shahan will get his first boundary now towards fine leg. There was absolutely no one out there. He's been trying that sweep shot since that last over as well. Finally managing to paddle that one fine enough so that there was no one covering around that one. Have a look at that projected score. They can even go past 230 at the rate they are batting right now. Obviously for that it's going to be important that Munib Javeid stays out there till the innings, because you can't really expect any other batter and start hitting those big shots just like the way Munib Javeid did since the start of the innings, where he got a couple of boundaries in the very first over. Well, it's not just Haris Bartla. Almost every other fielders are having their hands on their hips because they have really no answer to what they have witnessed tonight in the first 14 overs. Usually when you talk about Delhi boys, you always look at so many bowling options that they usually possess, and they tried a lot of options tonight as well. But unfortunately, none of them have been able to create any pressure whatsoever. Saqib was the one who got the wicket early on of the captain with the Nafiz, and even that wasn't a wicket-taking delivery. It was just an attempted stroke that didn't come out of the middle. And then they dropped a couple of chances of both these batters. So in tough matches against quality opposition, you got to make sure that you convert half chances into full. Pretty decent over this from Usman Rashid. 14 completed. It's 162 for 1. You just cannot take your camera off Munib Javeid right now. The man who has been out there since the start of the innings has already scored 133, and he's not willing to stop as he attempts a reverse sweep, but it was nicely fielded. Well, a lot of Delhi Boys players have got jersey number 804 printed on the back. Shot put away, powerfully done. Another 6 over mid-wicket. Well, you've got to say that this particular shot travelled the furthest. He has hit them, couple of them over long on and long go, but have a look at how far that ball went. It went flat, but it kept on going after it crossed the boundary ropes. Probably ended towards the other side of the entrance. I think Mr. Fahim is bringing that ball back because that's where he usually sits. 50 of the partnership also comes up, 58 of just 25, and once again Shayan hasn't really done much of the scoring. It's a blessing in disguise now for Delhi Boys that both power plays were taken on very early. You know, it's a leading edge. It's an opportunity. Captain Iftikhar Ahmed puts it down. Oh, goodness me. Couple of times, Munib Javeid has given the opportunity for the fielding side to take a catch off him. And on both the occasions, it has been put down. One towards long on when he was batting on 90 odd. And now at extra cover by the skipper himself. And guess what? It's Isa bin Musa, the bowler, on both the occasions. Can't really blame the bowler when so many catches are being put down, because he's bowling his heart out, but sometimes you've got your fielders to support you, which we haven't really witnessed. Hits it hard, hits it past extra cover. That has gone to the boundary like a bullet. Iftikhar Ahmed did not even bother getting down to that one, and luckily his foot didn't come in the way as well, otherwise that would have hurt him. 6 and a boundary it is in that over from Isa bin Musa as Munib Javeid entered into 140s now. 15 done, it's 172 for 1. Into his last over now, Usman Arshad. Another quick single taken by Shayan Arfin. He's doing exactly what he must have been instructed when he was coming out there in the middle. Don't try to do anything fancy, just make sure that you get as many singles as possible and let Munib Javeid do all the damage, and this is what we have witnessed. I mean, 143 runs have come out of 173 from Munib Javeid's bat. That's almost 85% runs of the entire innings. He might get another boundary this time. A lazy effort from those two fielders behind square on the offside, and a lot of distance was to be covered by the fielder at deep extra cover. Have a look at that. Didn't try to hit it, just placed it. Not a big gap between short third and backward point, but, well, you got to admit that the outfield has really supported the batters in this tournament. Because as soon as the ball clears the infield and if there is no one close by to stop the ball usually travels. Well, he reached his 100 in the 10th over, Munib Javeid. Now it's just a 16th over of the innings and he is already eyeing 150. We have already seen one century being hit. That was Umar Loya from Medicam. He's got that against Little Darling by Zubaydas. And now Munib Javeid, well, he has gone well past him, but he is not done yet. Although he has given a couple of opportunities for the fielders, but on both the occasions the fielder weren't really able to take his catch. This time it's Shayan who drives that one towards extra cover. A bit of a fumble from the fielder in the deep. It's not going to go all the way for 4, but a couple of runs taken by Shayan. Don't usually see Usman Arshad finishing his spell of 4 overs without getting a single wicket. He's got one delivery left now. Comes down the pitch, hits it straight back past the bowler, but long off will be there. So he's going to complete his spell of 4 overs wicketless tonight. Usman Arshad giving away 43 runs after 16. Rajby are 181 for 1.
इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे. मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड.
मेरी बियर मेरा स्टाइल, मेरा बियर ऑयल प्रोफेशनल बियर ऑयल.
Well, he's got that away for another boundary, does Munib Javeid, and with that 150 comes up. Well, does he realize that, Munib Javeid? I don't think he knows that he has gone past 150. Well, yes, he does. Raising his bat to the gallery. Muted celebrations, being congratulated by Abdullah Jamal as well. Well, he needs to be congratulated by each and every player of the Daily Boys because of the quality of the innings that we have witnessed from him. Not sure whether this milestone has been achieved before as well in the history of DSPL. Goes for another reverse sweep. The ball just hitting his gloves in the process. Now, the only bowler who has really looked a little threatening and has really looked to create any wicket-taking opportunity is that man, Isa bin Musa. You expect that from leg spinners. Goes for the big shot. Munib Javeid hasn't timed it. Another opportunity for mid-wicket. He pulls that one down and he puts it over the boundary ropes. Well, that region is going to haunt Daily Boys. Couple of them have gone in the air and couple of opportunities were provided, and on both the occasions the fielder caused the error, and once again it's those two fielders who had a collision early on and they couldn't really rectify that. Not sure where he's going to stop Munib Javeid. Who would have thought that coming out to open the innings, he's going to go past 158. He goes for another big hit. It's a big hit, to say the least. Has gone good 7 or 8 rows back towards mid-wicket. It wasn't that short. Have a look at how quickly he's transferred his weight on the back foot. Almost like an Inzamam ul Haq pulling one over mid-wicket. He looks like him as well. Just the fact that he has got a much lengthy beard as compared to him. But he's equally strong. 198 now. Wow. 88 runs this partnership. Just 19 have come from the bat of Cheyenne. He's just asking for the number of balls that are left. Well, remember we mentioned that he asked for a fresh pair of gloves 3 or 4 overs back. And now we know the reason why. Another swing and a miss. But he made sure that his back foot was well inside the crease. Expensive over from Isa bin Musa. He also gets done in his spell wicketless tonight. 17 done. It's 198 for 1. So 198 for 1, just 3 overs now left. And Daily Boys will be hoping that they get done and dusted with this innings as early as possible without much damage. But you can expect more damage since Munib Javeid is still unbeaten. Comes down the pitch, hits it powerfully, gets it past the extra cover. Will get his boundary, does Cheyenne. Well, it's his bread and butter stroke, especially when he is looking to hit it towards the offside. The inside-out shot over extra cover is something that he loves to get few runs on, and he gets a boundary with that. Just a play and a miss. The 200 came up with that previous boundary. Now we have been just told by Owais Mansoor, the chairman of DSPL, that the highest individual score in the history of DSPL is 168. Gibran Said was the one who scored that. Now Munib Javeid is very close of getting that record to his name. The highest team total is 249 that Ireland got against Little Darling by Zubaydas a few years back. Might not see that record being broken tonight. But the highest individual score, well, I'm pretty sure Munib Javeid has got his eyes on it. Well, not just 168. I mean, the way he's batting, if he gets to face majority of the remaining deliveries, he can even end up at 180, 190. Slightly slower chance and taken this time. Well, we haven't seen a lot of catches being taken tonight. It's just the second. Waid Iqbal standing there at point made sure that he doesn't drop that. Just gave himself a bit of room. The ball was slightly slower in pace, waited for it, but just guided towards Waid Iqbal, who didn't make a mistake this time. A brilliant partnership comes to an end. Shayan Arfin walking back after providing a valuable contribution in that partnership. He scored 23 of 19 deliveries, exactly what Rajby needed at that stage. It's 202 for 2. Well, the man we were talking about who holds the record for the highest individual score is Gibran Said, is now out there in the middle for Rajby. I'm pretty sure he was communicating the same thing to Munib Javeid when he was coming out to bat, that you're very close to break my record. But let's see whether he gives him the strike that Munib Javeid needs to do that. Slightly uppish, but we'll just get a single towards long off. So he's in no mood of getting those boundaries. He just wants Munib to be on strike and face as many deliveries as possible, which is the right thing to do right now at this stage. 228 is the projected score, but it can go higher if Munib Javeid can get some boundaries in the last couple of overs. Good over this from Abdullah. He's been the most economical bowler for Daily Boys. Couldn't get it past fine leg. It's the captain Iftikhar Ahmed himself who was out there. I think he's struggling a bit. He's limping because he got struck on his shin early on in this innings. But he still made sure that he didn't let the ball go out of his reach. So single to end the over, but Munib Javeid will retain the strike. 18 overs done. Rajby 204 for 2. Well, earlier we witnessed Iftikhar Ahmed was just having a word with Munib Javeid. I'm pretty sure he must have been asking, what are your plans for the next couple of overs? Is there an option for you to get retired out and let some other batter to walk in? I don't think Munib Javeid entertained that question, and he just asked the skipper to go and stand at your position because I'm here to stay till the end of the innings. Pretty sure he's going to keep that bat very close to his heart after he's done with his innings tonight. Can put it for the auction as well, Munib Javeid. So 2 more overs left. One of them will be bowled by Waid Iqbal. Remember the last time he bowled against Munib Javeid, Munib was able to hit them for a couple of sixes over long on and long off. Now he's batting on 165. Remember, just 4 runs he need to go past that highest individual score in DSPL. Every fielder outside the inner ring are standing at the edge of the boundary ropes. Goes for the big hit. Now it's an opportunity. Will the mid-wicket take it this time? He puts that one down as well. Have a look at that huge cry from the bowler Waid Iqbal. This probably was the simplest of the chances that has been provided by Munib Javeid tonight. Should have been taken, and once again it's that haunted mid-wicket region where we haven't really seen a catch being taken tonight. Although it wasn't a collision this time because the fielder at long off or long on was far away from mid-wicket or corner region, and still that was spilled. Hits it powerfully, hits it cleaner and farther does Munib. With that, he registered the highest individual score ever recorded in the history of DSPL. You can hear the cheers from the dugout. They realize that as well. Well, he has absolutely murdered this bowling attack of Delhi boys. 173 is what this gentleman has scored, and he is not stopping here. Pretty sure he's not going to even think about singles or twos or maybe even boundaries. Everything he will be looking to score. He'll be looking to get it over the boundary ropes. Goes again. Hits it towards long on and put down. Would you believe it? And Munib Javeid didn't run. Well, they could have easily come back for the second as well. I think he realized that he might have been able to get a 6 or the catch will be taken finally, but who was that? Who was that culprit? I think it was Habib Shahid. Yep. He has been involved in a lot of drop catches tonight. Not sure how he's going to be welcomed at home after this game. Another opportunity now for the long off. Usman Arshad doesn't drop many. Finally, they get him out. And straight away, Waid Iqbal is running towards Munib Javeid to appreciate and applaud him because of the wonderful innings that we have witnessed today. What a marathon knock this was from Munib Javeid. Faced the first delivery, was out there till the 19th over. 173 of just 78 balls. Well, a standing ovation is what he's going to get, not from just his dugout, but his opposition teammates as well. A brilliant knock comes to an end. And surely the record that he has set will be very hard to break. It's 212 for 3 now for Rajby. Well, at least 4 or 5 catches have been put down tonight by Delhi boys. 3 of them have been taken. Munib Javeid got at least 3 or 4 chances before he was taken at long off by Usman Arshad. So Waid Iqbal finally had the last laugh, but not before he got some punishment in his spell of 4 overs. 213. Well, you usually expect that to be a winning score. Gibran Saeed is now on strike. They still have 7 more balls to score more runs. Cuts that one, but couldn't find the gap. It's going to be a dot delivery. So 213 for 3 it is after 19 overs. Seems like Delhi boys are running out of their bowling reserves as Haris Batla has been given the ball to bowl the last over now of the innings. Waqas Zafar on strike. Goes for the big shot. Hasn't got it from the middle. Will land safely. But will he get a boundary? And he does. Have a look at that for an effort from the fielder at long on. There was no intention of taking that catch, but at least he should have stopped that one from going to the boundary ropes. And in the end, all he did was to retrieve that ball back after it crossed the boundary ropes. Have a look at that. Have a look at that for an effort. No intention whatsoever from him or from that fielder who was running in from that corner region. Now that's an opportunity. Pretty sure the wicketkeeper will take it. He doesn't drop many. Tala Shamsi. Finally, they have started to take some catches, Delhi boys, but it's too little too late now. So another wicket goes down now in the last over. Waqas Zafar looking to play another big stroke, but ending up getting holed out by the wicket-keeper. Haris Batla gets his first wicket. Waqas Zafar walks back after scoring 5. They are 2-1-7 for 4, Rajby. Now, Sheikh Anas is the new batter in, but there is a big announcement that is supposed to be made right now, and I'm pretty sure we can continue to announce that for the remaining match as well. 173 is what Munib Javeid got on 78 deliveries, a number that he will remember and cherish for the rest of his life. And to make this number even more memorable, the Rajby management has decided a special cash prize for Munib Javeid. 17378 is what he's going to get. 17378. That's 17,378 to be precise, the cash prize that he will get from the Rajby management for breaking that record of the highest individual score ever in the DSPL's history. So congratulations to Munib Javeid. I'm pretty sure if Delhi boys do not go on to win this game, He's not just going to get a man of the match award, but he will also get 173.78 cash prize from Rajby management. Gibran Said hasn't really timed that one well, but he will still get that single. He wants to come back for the second. His partner responded. The throw is at the striker's end, and he'll get there first, I guess. Yep. Although Tala Shamsi is asking a question from the on-field umpire, but he knew that Gibran Said was well in by the time he took the bails off. And now, in fact, they have decided to go upstairs. Well, he was persistent with his appeal, Tala Shamsi. He thought it was much closer than the umpire, so finally he was able to convince the umpire to go upstairs, and we'll have to check the replay whether Gibran Said was back inside the crease or not. Yep, clearly he dragged his bat inside the crease when Tala Shamsi took the bails off. So Gibran Said will survive. Couple of runs will be added to the total. Just delaying the proceedings, Daily Boys, but now they are looking for those wickets, which won't really count that much since 220 has already been scored with a couple of balls still left. It's a loopy delivery, a low full toss. Gibran Said tongs that one over, long gone. So now it's the highest team score in this edition of DSPL. We scored Medicam scoring 219, I guess, in that match against Little Darling by Zubaydas, but Rajby have now gone past them. Have a look at that for a stroke from Gibran Said. Almost as a gift, low full toss, that too in the last over by a spinner. Hits it powerfully. Habib Shahid once again the man in action towards deep extra cover. He wants to come back for the second run. The throw is not a good one. In fact, the bowler wasn't even looking at the throw. And now they're going to come back for the third as well. This is sloppy effort, to say the least, from the bowler. He was not even looking at the fielder where he was looking to throw. And in the end, Rajby were able to get 3 runs of the last ball of the innings. So they're going to end up with 229 for the loss of 4 wickets in their allotted 20 overs. And Daily Boys will have to bat out of their skin to chase down this target. 230, something that hasn't really been achieved before. Let's see what the men in grey will have to show with the bat in the run chase. Remember, Munib Javeid scored a brilliant 173 of just 78 deliveries, so he'll get a cash prize, a special cash prize from Rajby management of 17,378 rupees. And if Rajby go on to win this match, obviously he'll be the man of the match. So yeah, you can add 8,000 more to that. So his pockets are going to be full by the end of the game today, Rajby. In fact, Munib Javeid, if Rajby goes on to win this match. So that's the batting performance for you for Rajby. Mudassir Nafees came out to open the innings alongside Munib Javeid, and have a look at that score. You don't usually see 173 runs innings being played in T20 format. When Munib was able to do that, he got himself out in the 19th over, looking for another 6 over long off. Shayan scoring 23, Gibran staying unbeaten on 12, Waqas hitting a boundary and then got himself out after scoring 5. And in the process, men in red were able to score 229. 7 bowling options were utilised by Iftikhar Ahmed, the skipper of Daily Boys. Abdullah Jamal was the pick of them, got a wicket for just 33, a wicket as well for Ubaid Iqbal, Haris Bartla and Saqib.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since 1992.
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी, सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं। इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since 1992.
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी, सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं। इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
So welcome back once again from DHA Sports Club Moin Khan Academy. This is match number 5 of Straight Traders presents Delhi Saudagran Premier League Season 7. Rajby taking on Delhi boys tonight, and what a brilliant first innings we witnessed from the men in red. They were able to score 229 in their allotted 20 overs, and that means 230 is the target for Iftikhar Ahmed and his team. He has come out to open the innings, the skipper, alongside Muzammil, who's now at the non-strikers end. Gibran Said has taken the new ball. We saw a brilliant batting performance, a high-quality innings from Munib Javeid, 173 of just 78 deliveries, because of which he will also get a special cash prize from Rajby management of 17,378. So 17378 is a number that he'll remember forever. Struck nicely by the skipper, partially stopped by the fielder at point. He will just get a single to get off the mark. Well, one thing you can expect is a better fielding effort from Rajby fielders. They've got some really good fielders in there playing 11 today, especially the likes of Mohib Suleiman and Shayan Arfin. Gentle medium pace, Gibran Said Not really bending his back because he knows they've got enough runs to play with. A lot of runs, in fact, to play with. 230, you don't see that sort of a figure being chased down in T20 format, especially at this particular venue. That's going to be a wide, nicely kept by Waqar Zafar, although he was looking at the other direction when he's got his gloves behind the line, but he was still able to stop it. Might be another wide, this time outside the off stump. So who will play a similar knock to that of Munib Javeid for Delhi boys? Slightly short, but couldn't get it from the middle of the bat. Nicely kept by Waqar Zafar. A quiet first over comes to an end. 3 for no loss, Delhi boys. Well, they've got a couple of fast bowling options. Team Rajby, Gibran Saeed bowled the first over. It seems like it's going to be Mohib Suleiman to share the attack from the other end. Iftikhar Ahmed, the captain, will be on strike. He's quick through the air, Mohib Suleiman. Gets that movement into the right-handers. Well, it was tickled towards the fine leg, but Mudassir Nafiz, the skipper, making sure that he got his right foot in the way to stop that ball. Leg bye is given by the umpire. He's part of the Delhi boys setup for the first time, Muzammil. Let's see what he can bring to the table. Mohib Suleiman usually gets the movement into the right-handers. Gets his man straight up. Brilliant delivery this from Mohib Suleiman. We were just mentioning that he can swing the ball back into the right-handers. Muzammil was just looking to give himself a bit of room and gets his man straight up. Just jacked back in sharply, and that too at pace. So first wicket has gone down very early for Delhi boys. Not the start that they were after. They have been rocked very early in this run chase. Muzammil walking back for a duck. It's 2 for 1. Well, two old friends back at the crease. Farhan Taslim has come out to bat at number 3, which a huge job to do. They've lost a first wicket very early. Muzammil was the one who got out on the previous delivery. Farhan, on the other hand, is a very experienced player, good clean striker of the cricket ball. But even he will be finding it very difficult to get close to that 230. Now remember, Rajby lost their first match in a convincing manner against Medicam when they were bundled out for a modest total, and Medicam were able to chase it down early. So by scoring 229, they haven't showed that if they go on to win this match, they do it by a significant margin so that they can get that boost in their net run rate. Munib Javeid is still continuing to bring the ball back into the right-handers, and now Waqas Zafar is standing up to the stump. So as a batter, he cannot really afford to leave the crease for Farhan Taslim. He'll have to make sure that he stays on the back foot. Good delivery. Yep, that's what he's asking his partner. The ball is coming back into the right-hander, so you got to make sure that you don't really leave a gap between the bat and the pad. Powerfully driven, but they've got protection out there at long on. Sheikh Anas, the one standing there. In fact, it's Daniel Tariq at long on. So you're just counting the number of good fielders they've got. He's also one of them who doesn't really drop anything. Apart from that, he's a very good leg spinner. Daniel Tariq, a genuine wicket taker. We saw some chances being put down on Isam and Musa in the previous innings. Struck nicely towards the leg side. Deep mid-wicket, won't be able to cut that one off if the skipper gets the first boundary of the innings. Well, he has improved significantly with the bat at the top of the order, Iftikhar Ahmed. If you talk about the last couple of seasons, it was pitched up. He knew the ball struck nicely towards the leg side. Deep mid-wicket, won't be able to. Even with that fielder at deep mid-wicket out, he was still able to find that gap and a boundary. So a successful over comes to an end from Munib Javeid. 2 overs done. Daily boys are 10 for 1. Jabran Saeed will keep on bowling now from the Creek Vista end. He's into his second over. Starts off with a wide down the leg side. Now they need some luck. Definitely need some luck, Daily boys. They need some things to go in their favour. Few wides, some drop catches, some no balls, 3 hits going for 6s. Because after losing a wicket very early in this run chase, it's going to be even more difficult for them to go past 230. Playing it softly towards the fielder at point and getting a quick single for Farhan Taslim. Couple of fast bowlers were utilised by Iftikhar Ahmed as well. Habib Shah had bowled 1 over and he was taken off. Abdullah Jamal completed his spell of 4 overs. He was the pick of the bowler for the Daily boys. Got a wicket for 33. Slightly short, pulls that one away. Just Iftikhar Ahmed. This will run away for 4 more. He's looking very confident and very settled out there in the middle. Last couple of deliveries that he has faced, he was able to hit that one over square leg, and the previous one was towards mid-wicket. So the wicketkeeper standing up or standing behind doesn't really matter to him, as he's equally strong on the front foot as he is off the back foot. Now they have decided to change the feel a bit. Long on comes in. Deep square leg goes back. Nicely struck. Gets it past extra cover, but Munib Javeid is out there at long off. Will just get a single if Iftikhar Ahmed. Well, he was all over the place in the first innings, Munib Javeid, when he stayed out there till the 19th over, and he has straight away come out to field as well. So that shows the commitment Munib Javeid has always shown. Now he has got it in the gap. Farhan Taslim. It's a lightning quick outfield. This will run away for 4. Not convincing this from Farhan Taslim, as it wasn't out of the middle of his bat, but he was still able to get it in the gap between square leg and mid wicket as he gets his first boundary. Slightly short, pulls that one. Now he gets it behind square. It's running away, but the fielder is giving the chase. Farhan Taslim will come back for an easy couple. at 9 and over, where the required run rate is just under 12. Nicely squeezed, gets it in the gap, does the skipper. It's a quality stroke from the captain as he gets another boundary. Munib Javeid won't be happy with that effort. He leaked 4 boundaries in this particular over. Couple of them on the offside, one on the leg side as well. As Iftikhar makes sure that he ends the power play with another 4. So 4 overs done. Delhi boys are fighting hard. They are 40 for 1.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers
Pitch, they have been able to score at 10 and over in pursuit of 230, talking about Delhi boys. The power play is done. We saw Munib Javeid and the skipper Mudassir Nafees taking the next power play straight after the first 4 overs, but don't think that is the strategy of Delhi boys. They will look to wait. They might take it later on. I think they are just waiting for Farhan Taslim to get settled before they decide to go for it. Meanwhile, it's time for a change in the bowling attack as Daniel Tariq comes in, replacing Gibran Said. Starts off with a wrong gun, put away nicely by Farhan. As a leg spinner, you got to make sure that your stock delivery needs to be utilized more and your variations comes later. But the first delivery was a half tracker, a wrong gun that went horribly wrong, and that allowed Farhan to just pull that one between square leg and mid wicket. So in the last 7 deliveries, they have been able to get 5 boundaries. Another poor delivery, but luckily for the bowler, the long on was well square, not that straight. Mohib Suleiman was able to stop that one. The ball is still new and still shiny, so you can expect the leg spinner to find it a little difficult to grip it and release it. Iftikhar Ahmed, but what a hand he's playing up till now for Delhi boys. It's going to be a wide. Rightly judged by the skipper. Although he got closer to it, but he just let that go towards the keeper since he knew the ball will be turning away from him. Shot again, pulled again. It's an opportunity for the fielder at square leg, and he puts that one down. Well, there is something about the weather today here at DHS Sports Club. We have seen a lot of catches being put down, so many of them in the first innings, and now the first one from Team Rajby. There was no timing behind that stroke. That fielder did not even have to move an inch. It was just coming in towards him, and he spilled that one. Well, he had an opportunity of picking up the wicket in his very first over, Daniel, but the fielder couldn't really support him. But he has been way too short in that over, as he has been put away for another boundary, this time on the offside. And the 50 also comes up for Delhi boys. So they're keeping up with the required run rate. Was slashed really hard from Farhan. He's a very strong player on either side of the wicket, especially against a spinner. And he's equally strong straight down the ground as well. So both these batters do realize what they need to do in order to achieve this target. Slightly short, pulls that one. Mid-wicket will come around. Single taken, but an expensive start this from Daniel Tariq. 12 runs conceded by the leg spinner as 5 overs are done. Delhi boys are 52 for 1. So the captain has decided to bring himself into the attack, replacing Mohib Suleiman from the squash court end. Mudassir Nafiz was involved in that 100-run opening stand alongside Munib Javeid in the first innings, where he did not get to face many deliveries, but he was getting the job done for his partner. Delicate, but there was no pace whatsoever behind that ball, so it was just going to go towards short third. Usually you're looking to play that stroke when the spinners are trying to bowl as fast as possible, so you can use the pace and guide it towards third man, something that we witnessed from Farhan Tasleem's brother Umar Tasleem the other night when Saif Farmer were up against Surati Perfumes. Just missed out. Iftikhar Ahmed will definitely think that there was an opportunity to get some more runs because there was no one at fine leg. And even if he had let that ball go to the keeper, would have been given as a wide because it was that much down the leg side. He wasn't ready this time, Farhan. I think there was some movement near the side screen, or maybe he wasn't really into his position. But they will look to take on someone like Mudassir Nafiz, who is not a regular bowler, but somehow he usually gets the job done as he bowls slower through the air, and sometimes the batter find it easier to go after him, and in the process they gift him wickets. They'll have to keep on playing in that manner, Daily Boys, if they want to get closer to this mammoth total of 230. Iftikhar Ahmed batting sensibly at this stage. He knows that his partner can also hit those boundaries, so there's no point of taking risk on almost every delivery. If it's a bad ball, you got to put that away. If it's a decent delivery, you got to make sure that you at least get a single of it. Both the batters are right-handed, so not much of adjustments are being made in the field. Farhan decides to go straight. The ball doesn't carry to Daniel Tariq at long on. I think he decided late to go for the catch. Mudassir Nafiz is not happy with the effort. He had to reach for it to get it towards long on, and Daniel Tariq, well, he tried his best, you could say. Even a dive, but the ball just bounced in front of him. 5 single is not a bad effort as a spinner. Now he bowls a full toss. Iftikhar Ahmed tongs that one. It's an opportunity and put down. And he's not happy. That will allow Iftikhar Ahmed to come back for a couple. 2 of the young fielders were out there at deep square leg and deep mid wicket. You can't really blame him. But he got there, got both his hands behind it, but still couldn't hold on to that one. So 7 runs coming in that opening. Oh, it's been given as a no ball. Now that was a no ball from Mudassir Nafiz. That means Iftikhar Ahmed will have a go at that one. It's a free hit. He knows he can't really lose his wicket in that delivery. Pretty sure he will once again look to favor that leg side. Iftikhar Ahmed. He comes down the pitch, but just getting inside edge. Decent over, you could say, from the skipper. Looking at the context of the game, 6 overs done. It's 61 for 1. Into his second over now, Daniel Tariq. Pretty sure his fingers must have been warmed up as he will look to deliver them in the right region. Something that he couldn't do in the first over. Flies that one up, opportunity and given. It looked full, it looked straight. Iftikhar Ahmed might not be that pleased with that decision, but that looked close and plumb to the naked eye. Oh, dead straight. He covered his stumps as he was looking to hit that one behind square on the leg side. In the process, he got hit on the front leg, and the umpire did not even waste a second before he could raise his finger. So Daniel Tariq might have been expensive in his first over, but he came back strongly. Got rid of Iftikhar Ahmed, who was looking very dangerous at the top of the order. He now walks back after scoring 32 of just 21 deliveries. Delhi boys have now lost their second wicket. So Abdullah Sohail is the new man in at number 4 for Delhi boys. Well, his fielding was all over the place today. He's got a couple of chances and then was not able to stop a boundary as well towards the end of the innings. I think it was the last over when he was running in from the long on region and didn't really show any commitment to stop that boundary. But now his job is to do some talking with the bat. Big innings is required by Delhi boys. Won't be that easy because we know that Daniel Tariq has got a habit of picking up wickets, crucial wickets at crucial intervals. He rushes through his overs very quickly, Daniel. Can turn the ball as well, has got a really good wrong gun. He prefers bowling to the right-handers more as compared to the left-handers since the ball comes back in when he attempts that googly. That fielder at point, Shayan Arfin is standing very close to the bat, well ahead of the inner ring. It's been a very good over from Daniel as compared to his previous one. Just a couple of singles and a wicket. And it's going to stay that way with another dot delivery. So good comeback this from Daniel Tariq. 7 overs done. Delhi boys are still scoring at 9 and over. They are 63 for 2.
First international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since 1992.
Into his second over now, the skipper Mudassir Nafis Hoiks that one past mid-wicket. Farhan will get a much-needed boundary for Delhi boys. Mudassir, well, he's bowling at a very decent length, you could see, and that's why you could see Farhan Taslim had to reach out for that. He didn't really use his feet much, but just leaned forward to make sure that he got closer to the pitch and then was able to get it to the left of the fielder at mid-wicket. He's batting at a very decent strike rate now, Farhan Taslim. It's important that Abdullah Sahel also supports him. Remember, Munib Javeid was into the 80s when his catch was put down at long on, when Habib Shahid and Abdullah Sahel were involved in that collision. After that, he was able to score 80 more runs. So he can only recover if he can play a big innings, but not be the case. Might not be the case as he loses his wicket as well. It has just not been his night tonight. Couple of drop chances, looking for that big slog sweep. Only finding that fielder very close to the bat at cover. So captain gets a wicket. Abdullah Sahel, the man who was walking back with a sad face, could only score a single tonight. Delhi boys are 68 for 3.
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी, सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार। ये किलकारियां जब दिल को
Haris Bartla, the new man in, pushed it slightly quicker with the Sinafis. Both the spinners are doing a decent job at their respective ends. Both the Sinafis and Daniel Tariq stopping the flow of runs and getting a wicket each now. But this will be a definite wide. If I'm not wrong, Haris Bartla was a part of Surati Perfumes last time around. He's a part of Delhi Boys in this year's DSPL. Looking to paddle it. Will be another wide down the leg side this time by the skipper. It's important when you are chasing down a big total, you've got to make sure that you keep wickets in hand. The run rate is pretty decent, but you've got to make sure that you don't lose wickets. Because even if you score at 8 or 9 and over when you are supposed to chase 12 or 13 in an over, if the batters are well set, you can expect them to score at a required run rate in the last 5 or 6 overs. Goes for the big shot. It's up in the air. It's an opportunity. Daniel Tariq takes a blinder. What an extraordinary catch this is from Daniel Tariq. Well, at the start of the innings, they were counting the number of good fielders they have got. Daniel might have got closer to the previous one, but have a look at the distance he travelled in a slide and made sure that he took a perfect catch in the end. 3 quick wickets have now gone down for Delhi boys. Couple of them for Mudassir Nafees. Haris Bartla walking back without even troubling the scorers. He walks back for a duck. It's 70 for 4.
एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं। इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
So a brilliant catch. Daniel Tariq is now into his third over. Now Rajby do realize that Daniel Tariq is one of their main bowlers, and that's why it's important that even if you are defending a big total, your main bowlers get to bowl as many overs as possible. They need to bowl their full 4 overs, something that we didn't see yesterday from Khurram Dilawa, who is a genuine wicket taker, but he could just bowl 3 overs in his spell for Sarati Perfumes, as he was introduced in the 13th over of the innings, and then he was taken off after bowling just one before he was asked to return for the 18th and the 20th over. I think he's bowling at a very decent pace now, Daniel Tariq. He's not giving a lot of pace for the batters to work with. He's just coming in and releasing at a decent pace, so that if the batters are going to look to play those big shots, they'll have to generate that force out of it. 10 runs in that over from Daniel, 9 done. It's 80 for 4. Got a couple of wickets in the previous over, Mudassir. Salah Shamsi is now out there in the middle alongside Farhan Taslim. He was expecting the umpire to call it a wide, but he's not happy with the decision. Although to the naked eye, it looked like that it was just within that white line to the right of the keeper. So at least 3 players have got jersey number 804 printed on their back. One is the man on your screen who is facing the next delivery, Abdullah Jamal, and their skipper Iftikhar Ahmed. Not so sure whether he's a powerful striker of the cricket ball or not, but he can place the ball in the gaps and go for the quick singles and twos. He looks fit. So one thing you can expect is quality running between the wickets when Salah Shamsi is on strike. But his partner Farhan, well, he knows that boundaries are the need of the hour for the men in grey. Singles and twos are not going to do the job in the end. Usually as a team, you want to win your very first match in a long tournament. He's going to come back for 2. And even if you don't win this, you got to make sure that you get closer to the target as possible so the net run rate doesn't drop down a lot. It's a loopy delivery. It's not going to carry to the long off fielder. Will he be able to stop it? Oh, he did, in fact, in the end. Well, to the naked eye, it looked like the ball might have gone out of his reach when he was sliding to stop that one. But in the end, he was able to stop it in the second attempt. And as a result, he was able to save a couple of runs for his team. Now, that's the commitment we were talking about. Although they do know that the opposition still need 145 runs to get. But they are still fighting for each and every run. That's where fielding plays a crucial role. Not so sure whether he got a bat or pad. I think he did get some pad, so it's been given as leg byes by the on-field umpire. But a very good over from the skipper comes to an end. Just 6 runs off it. First half of the innings is done. It's 86 for 4. Oh, another catch gone down at extra cover. Wasn't that difficult, but it was coming to him at a very decent height. Salah Shamsi not keeping it down, and the extra cover fielder not being able to get it either. Can't really argue because he wasn't really tall. Munib Javeid now into the attack. Comes down the pitch, just Farhan Taslim, giving Munib Javeid the medicine of his own bowling. Hits it well out of the ground, and the umpire will have to ask for a newer ball. He came down the pitch, and have a look at how far he was able to hit that one. Well over long on and right outside the stadium. Well, Munib Javeid shouldn't mind that. He did that so many occasions in the previous innings. Tongs that one. Now it's an opportunity for the long on fielder, but Mohib Suleiman is not tall enough. A jump in the air, he might have been able to pull it back, but was sweetly struck by Farhan Taslim. Couple of sixes now with the big right-hander as he goes past his half century. I don't think he realized that. He will get the applause from the dugout. He knows that a half century is not enough for his side to go over the line. 100 also comes up for Delhi Boys in the process. So the run rate is still hovering around somewhere between 9.5 and 10 and over for Delhi Boys. But can they continue to score at this pace? That's going to be a challenge. Hits it now on the offside, gets it in the gap. Hassan Pai giving the chase and he gives up in the end. Well, he slips in the process, but not before the ball reached the boundary ropes. It's an expensive start to Munib Javeid's spell. Nicely timed and placed that one from the experienced Farhan Taslim. I just get the feeling he was introduced and Daniel Tariq was replaced so that when Delhi Boys are going to take on their next power play, Daniel Tariq will be bowling one of those 2 overs. Now it's going to be a wide. Partnership is proving to be very healthy for Delhi Boys and it has come in good times. These numbers, 34 of just 17 deliveries. Slightly short, punches that one. Once again gets it past short extra cover, but Hassan Pai this time gets to the ball. Farhan Taslim gets a single and will retain the strike at the start of next over. 20 runs coming in that over from Munib Javeid. 11 overs done, it's 106 for 4.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with smart stylish storage. Shop now at applehomeware.com.
With Hajj Khair Se, we set the standard for premium Hajj experiences, where every step is thoughtfully planned and every detail perfected. With Umrah Khair Se, we extend the same promise: refined service, thoughtful planning, and complete peace of mind. Beyond sacred journeys, Al Khair offers international tours, airline ticketing, and curated Visit Saudi experiences, all delivered with the same standard of care. Al Khair, Pakistan's leading travel agency since 1992.
So still no signs of the batting power play for Delhi Boys. Remember, they've got a couple of overs where they can ask the fielding side to bring all their fielders inside the inner ring apart from 2, which will be outside. Maybe right now is the right time, or maybe after the next over. It's Farhan Taslim who will have to make that call. Goes for a big hit, gets it in the gap, right in the center between long on and long off as he gets another boundary. Does the big man. He's into his last over now. Mudassir Nafees has got a couple of wickets, but this is something that you will expect from Farhan. He'll have to go after every delivery. They need to get an over like the previous one when they were able to get 20 runs out of Munib Javeid's first over. Oh, it's a full toss and he missed it. Still had got it in the gap. He will look to come back for another couple, this Farhan. Well, he was eyeing for another big shot over there, over mid-wicket. And he had that ball which he could have easily hit that one over the boundary ropes, but Just losing his focus and maybe the grip on his bat. He's the man who can do it for Daily Boys. He's the only one who can get them closer to 230. If he gets a big score for himself. It's short, it's pulled away, it's hit flat. Oh, excellent effort this from Hassan Pai. Well, twice in 2 overs, he got in the line of quality strokes from Farhan Taslim. This time it was airborne and he was diving in front. Might have got his hand to it as well, but can't really call it a chance. Right now, even if they can stop the flow of runs by stopping those boundaries, that will be it for Rajby. Carves it towards wider long off region. Mohib Suleiman is out there. They want to come back for the second run. The throw is at the striker's end, but Farhan gets there easily. Pretty sure he's going to be asking for water after the end of this over because of the running that he has done in this over. Couple of twos, couple of boundaries. 12 have come on this over already. They need a couple of big overs after this one as well, where they can get somewhere between 15 and 20 so that they can create disturbance in the bowling attack. Goes for a big hit, hits it clean. Well, Daniel Tariq takes it. It's another one of those catches that have been taken by that fielder very close to the boundary ropes. Farhan Taslim just cannot believe his luck. It was a loopy delivery outside the off stump. He thought he got the perfect part of his bat, but have a look at how cool and calm Daniel Tariq was underneath that one. He was very close to the ropes, but he made sure that he got it in the end. Into his last over, Mudassir Nafees gets his 3rd wicket of the night as he gets rid of the danger man, Farhan Taslim. He was the one who could have done more damage to Rajby's hopes, but now he has been dismissed. He scored 70 of just 35 balls tonight, Farhan Taslim. An excellent knock from the big man, but he will walk back to the dugout. 5 wickets have now gone down for Daily Boys with 118 on the board.
सिमट आया है पूरे घर का प्यार, जब घर आया है घर का स्टार। चेहरों पर खुशियां ही खुशियां हैं सारी, सब बांटने को तैयार है माँ की जिम्मेदारी। हर चीज को खूब परखना, हर कदम फूंक फूंक के रखना। हर दिल चाहे बस छू लूं एक बार, आपका बेबी है घर का स्टार।
Abdullah Jamal, the new man in at number 7 for Daily Boys. But a brilliant spell from the skipper comes to an end. This over was a little expensive, but he gave away 12, but he still was able to pick up 3 wickets. 12 overs done. Daily Boys are 118 for 5.
ये किलकारियाँ जब दिल को छू जाएं, एक नर्म मुलायम एहसास जगाएं। इसीलिए मदर केयर के साथ बेबी को मिले वही केयर, वही प्यार जो माँ चाहे। मदर केयर, योर बेबीज बेस्ट फ्रेंड।
You can easily count 5 fielders outside the inner ring. That means still no signs of batting power play for Delhi boys. Hassan Pai has been introduced into the attack. Well, he was looking for a quick single there, Tala Shamsi, but he did not even realize that the fielder standing close got to the ball very early. Now that's why it's important when the batter is well set, you got to opt for the power play at the right time. We saw Farhan Taslim batting brilliantly. I'm pretty sure he must have looked to take the batting power play in this particular over, but unfortunately he lost his wicket. Now Tala Shamsi is out there for just a handful of deliveries. He has now been joined by Abdullah Jamal. Remember, you got to take the power play before the 15th over, I guess. The 2 overs where just 2 fielders are allowed outside the inner ring. Well, he can hit some big shots as well, Abdullah Jamal. He comes down the pitch, hits it straight. Daniel Tariq takes... Oh, he puts down. Well, you can't really expect Daniel Tahir to drop those chances. He has already taken a couple of them. He has picked up a wicket as well. And whenever the ball has been hit towards his direction, you can always count on him to take those catches. Just took it a little casually, I guess. Was running in towards the ball. Got to him at a very decent height. But couldn't complete that catch in the process. Not a lot of overs remaining now for Delhi boys. It's going to be a wide. Abdullah, the leg spinner, got very close of picking up his first wicket, but unfortunately the catch wasn't taken. Well, they're running the first one hard. They want to come back for the second one, and they will get there easily. Both the fast bowlers have got a couple of overs remaining, Mohib Suleiman as well as Jibran Saeed. But I'm pretty sure Mudassir Nafiz will prefer spinners at this stage. Comes down the pitch and doesn't carry. And there was an run-out opportunity as well at the non-strikers end, but the throw was very far away from the stumps. That was a pretty decent over from Abdullah. Twice he got close of picking up his first wicket, but unfortunately first the catch was put down, and this time the ball didn't really carry to Jibran Saeed at backward point. 7 runs coming in that. It's 125 for 5 after 13. So the batting power play has been signalled by the on-field umpire. So for the next couple of overs, you will just see 2 fielders standing outside the inner ring. And straight away, Mudassir Nafiz has asked his premier wicket taker, Daniel Tariq, to come and bowl. Well, he's replacing his skipper, who was done with his spell from that end. 1 for 24 for the leg spinner up till now. Hits it in the air. Chance for the mid-off fielder, but the ball goes over Munib Javeid's head. And this will run away for 4. It does. Well, this is what happens. It brings runs and it almost brings up wickets as well for the fielding side. Didn't get it from the middle of the blade. He knew how close that ball was for towards that fielder at mid-off. Munib Javeid, well, he was running back. He was back paddling. Just get the feeling if he had jumped for it, might have been able to take it. Slightly short, he gets it past square leg, but mid-wicket is around. He wants to come back for the second, but Abdullah Shamsi rightly denied that call from his partner. So anything can happen in these 2 overs for the Delhi boys. We might see some wickets going down, or we might see some runs being scored, some boundaries or some big hits. He's not happy with the bat, Abdullah Jamal. That's why he's raising it towards the gallery. Comes down the pitch. Still doesn't time it. Now Talha wants to come back for the second, and this time it's Abdullah Jamal who wants to stay on strike. I think both these players realize the opportunity that it's the power play. They can't get those big shots coming. That's why they want to be on strike for as many deliveries as possible. Daniel doing the right thing by bowling it straight so that the batters will try to go down the ground or towards mid-wicket. And he's got that part of the ground covered with a fielder at long on, Munib Javeid, and a fielder at deep mid-wicket. Good delivery. Following the batter. A very skillful bowler, Daniel Tariq. Excellent fielder. We have already seen that. Just rushes through his overs very quickly. Doesn't waste many time between his balls. Hits it in the air. Munib Javeid. Oh, he puts that one down. Pretty sure it carried to him. But it was dipping down. He was diving forwards. Just get the feeling he should have taken a step or 2 forward before he went for the dive. And if that had been the case, he might have taken one more. But a good over nevertheless, this from Daniel. Apart from a boundary of the first ball, which also didn't come from the middle, and it just went over Munib Javeid's head. Just 4 singles conceded by the leg spinner. On a night when a side is supposed to chase down at a rate of 13 or 12 and over, and you have conceded at a rate of 8, usually it's considered a job well done by the bowlers. Hits it straight, hits it flat, gets it past long on this time, Abdullah. He makes sure that he ends the over in a similar fashion the way he began this one. Coming down the pitch, hits it way over the bowler's head, and no chance for Munib Javeid this time to cut that one off. So 12 runs coming in that over from Daniel, his last of the night. 14 overs are completed. Delhi boys still searching. They are 137 for 5. One more over remains of the batting power play for Delhi boys, and now Mudassir Nafiz has decided to switch to pace as Gibran Said will be bowling his 3rd over of the night from the Creek Vista end, the very end where he delivered his couple of overs with the new ball. They need a big over, not just one, but at least a couple of big overs right now, Delhi boys. Abdullah Shamsi is the man on strike. He hasn't really struck a boundary up till now, whereas Abdullah Jamal has hit a couple of them. Remember, just 2 fielders outside and both are standing behind the bowler. He goes over mid-wicket, gets a solid connection. Long on is coming around. Munib Javeid makes a bit of a fumble that allows Talha to come back for 2. Well, you can't really blame Abdullah Shamsi because that's the longest side of the ground, especially when you talk about deep extra cover and deep mid-wicket. Boundaries are somewhere between 60 and 65 meters towards that region. It's short, it's up in the air. Munib Javeid should definitely take it, and he does. Well, this is what we predicted. In the batting power play, you usually see wickets going down, and it has been achieved by the men in red. Abdullah Shamsi wanted to get it square enough, couldn't get it. Mohib Suleiman, one of the safest fielders for the Rajby team, takes another good catch at long on as Gibran Said gets his first and Delhi Boys lose their sixth. He walks back after scoring 9. Delhi Boys are now 6 down.
Strong workouts needs smart hydration. Shop now at applehomeware.com. Delicious meals start with
Usman Rashid in at number 8 with just one job to do to get as many runs with the bat as possible. Well, it was a risky way of returning to the crease because he didn't slide his bat in, Abdullah Jamal. But the umpire was very confident that he made his way back in. Good effort, very good throw right next to the stumps. And he just put his bat in at the right time. Low full toss, but it will just bring him a single towards long on. $89 more runs to get for Delhi Boys. They are looking at a big defeat at the hands of Team Rajby, who will not only gain 2 points, but they will also improve their net run rate, which went down when they suffered a defeat in their very first match against defending champions Medicam. Comes down the pitch, it's another opportunity. Munib Javeid should take it, and he does take it. Munib Javeid can do no wrong tonight. Well, he bowled 1 over, but he got hit for plenty, 20 to be precise, but you got to expect him to take those chances. It was a clever delivery, bowled it outside the off stump, took the pace off, might have been an off-cutter. Abdullah Jamal just giving himself room, not getting closer to the pitch of the ball, just ballooning that ball up in the air, and Munib Javeid took a really easy running catch towards his right. So his heroics are over, walking back after scoring just 15. Abdullah Jamal, as Delhi Boys have now lost their 7th in pursuit of 230. Abdullah into his next over. Now the leg spinner has done well. And that's the luxury you get when you are defending a big total. 229 was always going to be a difficult task for Delhi Boys. especially when you lose wickets early. At one stage, they lost 3 wickets in 3 consecutive overs. And from there on, it was always going to be difficult for them to make a comeback. It's another opportunity. Will it be taken? Oh, it's done. Or has he put that one down? I think he has. Hassan, bye. Well, it's never easy when you have to spot that ball, especially when you're looking towards the lights. But he should have taken a step or two forward. Would have made it much simpler for him. Instead, he decided to stay back and couldn't complete that catch. Oh, it's a big one. It's an absolute huge hit from Isa bin Musa. How about that for a stroke of the very first ball that you face? He's a leg spinner himself, so he knows how much turn it is available for on this track. And he gave plenty on it. 150 comes up for Delhi boys, so there is no issue with the run rate that they have achieved up till now, because it's just a 16th over. But the fact now that they've lost 7 wickets and all the top batters are now back in the dugout, so you can't really expect them to chase down the remaining 79 runs. Well, Mudassir Nafiz, no, I think he do realize that the opposition have scored much more runs than they expected. But that was a quality stroke from Isa bin Musa. It's never easy to sweep a leg spinner, especially when you're looking to play against the turn. But very first ball, and he was able to hit it out of the park. Looks a decent player, Isa bin Musa. Might be given as a wide. Yup, it was turning further away from him. It's a good judgment from the right-hander. Goes again. It's up. And it's just over long off. All long gone, I guess. Second 6 now for Isa bin Musa. Where have they been hiding him? The way he has been batting, he should have definitely been batting up the order. 1 over mid-wicket, 1 over long gone. Very close to the cameraman. Just behind that fielder. But they're doing the right thing, Delhi boys. They are still looking to get closer to that target. They haven't really given up. It's a dot delivery to end the over. 16 overs done. It's 158 for 7. Seems like it's going to be leg spinners from both ends. Hassan Pai has been given the ball. Oh, it starts off with a no ball. Definitely it's going to be a no ball over waist height. It's going to be a free hit for Usman Rashid. Well, they've got so many bowling options left, Rajby. But they're giving chance to the young ones. A lot of youngsters have registered their names in this edition of DSPL. We saw that with Saif Pharma and Surati Perfumes as well last night, and we have seen similar strategy from the men in red. It's going to be a free hit now for Usman Rashid. It's a quicker one. He missed it altogether, and Waqar Zafar, although he gathered that one, but he decided not to take the bails off because he knew that the batter cannot lose his wicket on stumping on a free hit. But good change up this from Hassan Pai. He bowled a quicker one because he knew Usman will be looking to come hard at him. Comes down the pitch, turns that one into a full toss, but they've got that side of the ground covered, a deep extra cover. So it's just a matter of time before this innings get over. But it's going to be interesting to see how many runs they can get, Delhi boys, till the end of their innings. Ideally, they would love to reach at least till 200 so that they can reduce the margin of defeat. A low full toss. Slight mix-up, but Isa bin Musa was still able to get towards the non-striker's end to complete that single. How has he able to time that one? It was a half tracker. He shuffled across his stumps and made sure that he gets it finer towards fine leg region. If he had missed that and the ball would have crashed onto the pads, I'm pretty sure it would have been an easy decision for leg before for the on-field umpire, but Usman Arshad ensured that he got some bat behind it. See, just shuffling across and getting enough bat behind it. Waqar Zafar just getting ready, just getting his gloves back. Quicker one, and he gets it past short third. Will get another boundary. Usman Arshad, not where he intended, but he'll take it nevertheless. Just got his bat down and he was able to beat that fielder at backward point, short third man, or gully region, you could say. It was not out of the middle of the blade, but they need those runs, Delhi boys, just to reduce the margin of defeat now. Nicely bowled. A dot delivery it is to end the over. 169 for 7, Delhi boys after 17. So 3 overs still to go. 169 for 7 is where Delhi boys have reached up till now. Munib Javeid coming into the attack, getting a bit of a bottom edge on that one. Isa bin Musa. Jibran Said giving the chase, but the ball will win the race in the end. So they're getting those useful runs towards the end of the inning, because in a long tournament, you never really know that these runs that are being scored towards the end of the innings, although they won't be enough to chase down this target, but they can prove to be very handy if the net run rate issue arises later on in this tournament. And that's why it's important for Rajby as well to get done and dusted with this innings as early as possible. Try to go for the remaining 3 wickets and not just look to finish out your 20 overs. It's going to be a wide. He's been expensive tonight, Munib Javeid, but he can afford to do that. 173 is what he got, so he can definitely afford to give away a few runs with his bowling. couple of days off during the weekends in this DSPL, and then we'll be coming back on Monday, where Safe Farmer will be taking on Little Darling by Zubaydas. Both teams will be contesting their second match respectively of the tournament. Safe Farmer winning the first one comfortably, which they were able to do against Surati Perfumes last night. But on the other hand, Little Darling Zubaydas suffered a defeat against Medicam. That's going to be a big match to witness, as this is a big shot from Usman. In fact, Isa bin Musa, he gets another one over long off. Well, he has been just out there for 8 deliveries, and out of 8, he has hit 3 of them out of the park. 1 over mid wicket, 1 over long on, and now this one over long off. Daily boys must have been thinking, if they would have held on to those chances, if they would have got rid of Munib Javeid early on in his 80s or 90s even, pretty sure Rajby would not have been able to go past 229. Gives it a bit more air. Hassan Pai has got some job to do towards deep backward square leg. He couldn't stop it. Isa bin Musa gets another boundary. Well, we were talking about Daily boys will try to get closer to 200. I think they can get more than that, especially with the way Isa bin Musa has been able to get those boundaries and those big shots. Rajby are just relaxing a bit, something that they shouldn't really do. Well, it stayed in the air, but it didn't carry to the fielder at cover. 17 runs in that over from Munib Javeid. It's not his day with the ball, that's for sure. 18 done, it's 186 for 7. He'll bowl the 19th over of the game now, Jibran Saeed. Usman Arshad just letting that go to the keeper, hoping that the umpire might call it a wide, but that wasn't the case, because it wasn't far away from the off stump and well within that guideline. It's important that Usman just gets a single and gets Isa bin Musa on strike. In fact, he slogs one on the leg side. Mid wicket will come. Oh, he makes a meal of it. Pretty casual effort from the Rajby fielders, especially if you talk about the way they have fielded in the last 3 or 4 overs, as well as the bowlers who have just gifted these runs. They were 139 for 6 at one stage, and after that they have been able to score 51 for the loss of just 1 wicket. And now he gets it past short third. This will definitely not reach the boundary ropes. Mohib Suleiman with a slide. In fact, it was Abdullah, the leg spinner, who made sure that he saved a couple of runs for his team. I'm pretty sure Mudassir Nafiz won't be happy with the fact that they haven't really picked up the last 3 wickets of Daily Boys. I'm pretty sure he'll have a word with his team as this match ends. Now, if they run well, they can still come back for the second run. And I'm pretty sure Usman Arshad will look to do that, and he does it easily. Oh, it's a good one. Well, he's appealing for caught behind, but that wasn't the case because the ball was far away from the bat. He's asking the leg umpire as well, Waqas Zafar. Only he was the one who heard something, not the bowler, not any of the fielders close by. So 194 it is with the ball still to go. Swing and a miss. It's going to be a dot delivery. So the score will remain on 194. They now need 36 in the last over. It's 194 for 7. So the man who picked up the first wicket when he got rid of Muzammil Mansoor has been asked to bowl the last over of the innings. Mohib Suleiman hits it hard but will just get a run. Isa bin Musa. And with that single, technically it's now impossible for Delhi Boys to win this match. It's a slower delivery. Good one. Good change of pace from Mohib Suleiman. He knows that Usman Arshad will be looking to come hard against him. So there's no point of try to bowl as quick as possible, especially knowing the fact that even big hits on every delivery from here on won't be enough for Delhi Boys. But you got to see towards the brighter side of the picture. Now it's a run-out opportunity and an underarm throw was still far away from the stumps. He could have easily run towards the stump as well, because that is how far Usman Arshad was. Have a look at that. He could have run in, but then decided to go with an underarm throw that wasn't really near to the stumps. Never easy when you've got just one stump to aim at. Put away nicely by Isa bin Musa. He's playing a gem of a knock towards the end of the innings now for Delhi Boys. 200 comes up for the men in grey. And just, if they would have just hold on to their chance, especially against Munib Javeid, could have been a different story altogether. Powerfully struck towards the long on, but will just get a single. So it's going to be a good night for Rajby. They lost the first one, but they have made a strong statement in this tournament for all the other teams that will be facing them. Nicely bowled. It's going to be a dot delivery to end the innings as they finish off at exactly 200 for the loss of 7 wickets. Rajby winning this game comfortably by 29 runs. It was another run fest where more than 430 runs were scored. You don't really see that happening a lot in T20 cricket, especially at this venue, but it was a brilliant fight back from Delhi Boys. And that's where the fielding and the catching comes into play. You got to make sure that you give equal importance to the fielding as well as to your bowling as well and batting. If they would have held on to their chances, if they would have got someone like Munib Javeid out early before he got to 173, Rajby might not have been able to score more than 220 and Delhi Boys might have got close to it or might have pulled it off, but Rajby will be the happiest side of the outcome of this game. Good signs, good pictures. Both the teams shaking hands and hugging each other. It was a well-contested game, you could see. Delhi Boys will obviously look to see at the brighter side of the game the fact that they got closer and we saw a brilliant knock from Farhan Taslim, who scored 70 of just 36 deliveries. A brilliant start from the skipper when he scored 32 over 21. And then a good fight back towards the end from Usman Arshad and especially from Isa bin Musa, who remained unbeaten on 33 of just 14 deliveries. As far as the bowling is concerned, the captain was very impressive where he got 3 wickets for 33, couple of wickets for Jibran Saeed, a wicket apiece for Mohib Suleiman and Daniel Tariq. But that partnership towards the end of 58 runs will definitely be the subject of discussion for Rajby. So that's the match summary. Rajby winning the toss, choosing to bat first, scored 229 courtesy of that memorable and a historic innings from Munib Javeid, who scored 173 of just 78 balls. And in reply, Daily Boys could only manage 200 for the loss of 7 wickets, and Rajby winning it comfortably by 29 runs in the end. All right, it's time for the post-match presentation ceremony. This was the match number 5 of Australia Traders presents Delhi Saudagran Premier League Season 7. Rajby were taking on Delhi Boys. It was another run fest. More than 400 runs were being scored today. But in the end, Rajby were able to win it comfortably by 29 runs, courtesy of that brilliant knock from Munib Javeid. We'll talk about that later on. But first up, I'd like to have a few words with Iftikhar Ahmed. इफ्तिखार भाई, फील्डिंग बहुत बड़ा एक रोल प्ले करती है और आज जो ड्रॉप कैचेस हुए उसकी वजह से रन ज़्यादा पड़ गए.
जी ऑब्वियसली फील्ड हमेशा मैटर करती है और एक मेन प्लेयर जो हो, जो इतना अच्छा खेल रहा हो, टच में हो और उसको इतने 5 चांसेस मिल जाएं. अच्छा, फील्डिंग को मैं इतना ज़्यादा बोलूँगा नहीं क्योंकि सर्दी की वजह से अभी नया बहुत टाइम के बाद खेले हैं. सब ने मैचेस खेले भी नहीं हैं, पहला मैच था, इसलिए थोड़ा सा उनको रिलैक्स कर देंगे. लेकिन इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट मैच में इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कंटिन्यू करें अच्छा मैच परफॉर्मेंस.
लेकिन लुकिंग एट द ब्राइटर साइड ऑफ द थिंग, आपकी टीम भी 200 के पास चली गई, तो वरना वो मार्जिन ऑफ डिफीट थोड़ा कम हुआ, तो नेट रन रेट पे इतना ज़्यादा इफेक्ट नहीं होगा आने वाले मैचेस में.
नहीं, अच्छी बात है. असल में बैटिंग ट्रैक है और फील्ड बहुत अच्छी है. बॉल ट्रैवल कर रहा है, रन रुक नहीं रहा है. जो विकेट पे खड़ा है वो रन कर रहा है और ये अच्छा हुआ 200 रन तक चले गए ताकि रन रेट हमारा इतना ख़राब ना हो.
ऑल द बेस्ट इफ्तिखार भाई फॉर द रिमेनिंग मैचेस. नाउ द विनिंग कैप्टन मुदस्सिर नफीस ऑफ रजबी. मुदस्सिर, कितना ज़रूरी होता है पहला मैच हारने के बाद दूसरे मैच में कमबैक करना और ऐसा शानदार कमबैक करना?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. जी ज़िशान, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है क्योंकि आपका एक मोमेंटम होता है, उसको बूस्ट करना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. तो पहला मैच भी हम अपनी फील्डिंग की वजह से ही हारे थे. लो स्कोरिंग मैच था, हमने एफर्ट की थी, बॉलर्स ने बहुत अच्छा बॉल किया था. आज एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी मुनीब ने अपनी बैटिंग की है. एक कॉन्फिडेंस उसके अंदर भी बिल्ट हुआ है कि यार स्कोर लगा सकते हैं, हाई स्कोर मैच जा सकते हैं. तो बस एक्सीलेंट बैटिंग उसने की है. जो बाकी प्लेयर्स उसके साथ गए हैं, जबरान भाई और शयान, उन्होंने कैरी किया उसके साथ, उसको खेलने दिया, लंबी इनिंग्स खेलने दी उसको. उसने हाईएस्ट स्कोर भी लगाया पूरे जो DSPL और DCCL की जितनी भी हमारी टूर्नामेंट्स चल रहे हैं उसका. तो हैट्स ऑफ टू हिम. बाकी आउटफील्ड जैसे इफ्तिखार भाई ने कहा कि बहुत तेज़ थी. फील्डर्स, सर्दी है, हाथ ठंडे थे, फील्डर्स हाथ भी नहीं डाल रहे थे, तो उसका भी एक एडवांटेज हमें हो रहा था. बट हमने भी हमारी फील्ड भी कोई बहुत अच्छी नहीं थी. हम सोच रहे थे कि हम बिग मार्जिन से जीतेंगे और अपना रन रेट बेहतर करेंगे. बट आपको पता है ना, इनके पास भी लाइन लगी हुई है बैट्समैन की, तो अगर एक भी बैट्समैन खड़ा हो जाता तो ये और ज़्यादा क्लोज आ सकते थे. तो बॉलर्स ने अच्छी बॉल की है, फील्डर्स ने हमारे भी बहुत कैचेस छोड़े हैं मौसम की वजह से, उसको कवर अप करने की कोशिश करेंगे.
All the best, Mudassir bhai, for the remaining matches. 3 more matches to come. Now coming to the prize distribution ceremony, the first award is for the premier player of the match, and it goes to Farhan Taslim for that brilliant knock of 70 of just 36 deliveries. He will get a voucher of rupees 5,000 from Debonair Salon. Farhan Taslim scoring a half century, 70 of just 36 balls for the experienced man tonight. So that was Farhan Taslim, the premier player of the match. And for the man of the match, well, no surprises. A brilliant knock, a big century, and the highest ever individual score in the history of DSPL or DCCL. It goes to Munib Javeid for scoring 173 of just 78 deliveries. He will get a cash prize of 8,000 from Alpha Labs for being the man of the match, as well as 17,378 runs to be precise from Rajby management. Munib, आपसे गुफ्तगू ना हो ऐसा हो नहीं सकता, आप इधर आए. This is the cash prize of 17,378 that is being handed over by Mudassir Nafees. यहीं पे. आज किसी चीज़ पे गुस्सा था, वो आपने सारा डेली बॉयज़ पे उतारा?
नहीं, बस ये है कि पहले से माइंड बना हुआ था कि बस खुल के खेलना है, बस मारना है, पॉजिटिव खेलना है. और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह पिच बहुत अच्छी थी माशाल्लाह, मज़ा आया खेलने में.
कहीं भी ऐसा लगा नहीं कि आपने कहीं से रुकना हो, आपने पावर प्ले के बाद ही फ़ौरन दूसरा पावर प्ले लिया, तो एक डिलिबरेट स्ट्रैटेजी थी आपकी और कप्तान की?
जी बिल्कुल, क्योंकि रोक के खेलने में होता है थोड़ा सा प्रेशर आ जाता है कि यार लंबा करना है. लेकिन मेरा एक ही माइंड सेट था कि भाई पॉजिटिव खेलना है और बस जो भी बॉल मिलेगा मारना है, हर बॉल हिट करना है, अच्छे से पॉजिटिव खेलना है.
सख्त मैसेज दे दिया आपने आने वाली टीम्स को.
बस अल्लाह खैर रखे आगे.
चलें, ऑल द बेस्ट मुनीब. That was Munib Javeid, the man of the match, and the 2 captains of today's game. We'll take 2 days break on Saturday and Sunday, and we'll be back with another match, the match number 6, that will be played between Little Darling Zubaidas and Safe Farmer on Monday here at DHS Sports Club, Moin Khan Academy.
Delicious meals start with smart, stylish storage. Shop now at Apple